Could the next global war begin with just a click? Cyber attacks have already taken down power grids, crippled government agencies, and stolen state secrets. The question is, could they spark a global conflict? Cyber attacks have become one of the most significant threats to modern-day security. From state-sponsored hacks to ransomware attacks on private companies, the digital battlefield is growing, and it's not just about stolen data anymore. These cyber attacks could have severe consequences, including the very real potential of triggering a war. In today's video, we'll explore how cyber attacks have evolved, their impact on global security, and why experts believe they could be the spark for a future conflict. Cyber warfare has evolved rapidly in the last 2 decades. What started as simple hacks and malware has grown into sophisticated state-sponsored attacks on infrastructure and governments. In 2010, the world witnessed one of the most advanced cyber weapons ever created, Stuxnet, a worm that targeted Iran's nuclear facilities. But since then, we've seen the stakes rise. The 2020 SolarWinds hack compromised US government agencies, raising concerns about national security. With each attack, tensions between countries grow, and so does the potential for conflict. Let's break it down into 3 key areas. Types of cyber attacks. Cyber attacks can take many forms, from distributed denial of service attacks, which flood systems and crash websites, to ransomware, where hackers lock victims' systems until a ransom is paid. But the most dangerous are advanced persistent threats, where attackers infiltrate systems undetected for long periods, gathering intelligence or waiting to strike. Objectives of cyber attacks. These attacks aren't just about money or disruption. Many are politically motivated, designed to steal sensitive military data, cripple infrastructure, or undermine trust in a government. Hackers can destabilize entire economies or even elections with the right attack. Potential targets. The most alarming targets are critical infrastructures like power grids, hospitals, water supplies, and communication networks. Imagine an attack on a nation's power grid in the middle of winter. It could cause chaos, panic, and even deaths. Attacks on these vital systems could escalate quickly, especially if a government suspects the involvement of a foreign nation. Let's take a closer look at 2 notable cases, Stuxnet in 2010 and the SolarWinds hack in 2020. Stuxnet, a US-Israeli-developed worm, targeted Iran's nuclear centrifuges and damaged their uranium enrichment program. This attack demonstrated that cyber weapons could achieve military objectives without firing a single shot. The fear. What if Iran retaliated with their own cyber attacks, or worse, with physical military force? The SolarWinds hack, one of the largest cyber espionage campaigns in history, saw hackers breach US government agencies and major corporations through compromised software updates. While no immediate physical damage occurred, the exposure of sensitive data heightened tensions between the US and Russia, with many experts fearing this kind of attack could lead to diplomatic or even military escalation. Some argue that cyber attacks alone aren't enough to start a war because they are non-lethal and can often be traced back to rogue actors rather than states. But here's the thing. Cyber attacks can create massive disruption, economic collapse, and widespread panic, all of which could provoke a retaliatory response. And in the fog of digital war, attribution is difficult. Misattributing an attack to the wrong nation could result in real-world military action. Cyber attacks aren't just another form of espionage or crime. They have the potential to trigger something far more dangerous: war. As nations invest more in both offensive and defensive cyber capabilities, the risk of escalation grows. We are already living in a world where nations can be attacked without a single soldier crossing a border, and that should make us all more aware of the need for international regulations on cyber warfare. What do you think? Could a cyber attack really spark a war? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos on cybercrime and cyber warfare. Stay informed and stay safe.